Hey everyone, it's Anne Marie, and I'm having a little inspiration, so I want to share with you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a lot about this election cycle and what it means for us as women, and I and how we can bring it home to our own lives to make it more about ourselves, our own personal lives than it necessarily is about what's going on in the world out there. So there's always both things happening at the same time. Whatever's being reflected out there is happening in here. And in the work that I do, I'm always inviting folks to come back home to themselves. And I'm in particular thinking about women in leadership roles. This whole election cycle is raising, um, bringing women to the forefront as leaders. We are now facing a very distinct possibility of the next president of the free world of the United States of America, to be a woman, right? So when we see that happening out there, it's reflecting something back in here. And my question for you is, how is it that you are showing up in your life as the leader you're meant to be, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business leader, whether you're a head of your household, whether you're a community leader, in some way, shape, or form, as a woman, you are at the core a leader. Remember, back in the day, we did not live in patriarchal communities and societies. This patriarchal paradigm is new. Well, it's newish to humanity. Maybe it's centuries old, but it's, in the grand scheme of life on Earth, it is a newer paradigm. The original blueprint for leadership was a matriarchal society where the matriarchy was leading the way. So, what I'm seeing happening out there in this election cycle and in the world is a way in which we're stepping back to the way it was originally designed to be. So, how is it that you can take what you're seeing out there to remember who you are in here and apply it to your life? Because what's happened is we forgot. We've gotten sucked into the the matrix. We've forgotten the matriarch we are here to be. We've forgotten to stand in our power. We don't even know what that looks like anymore. Now we're called to remember. We're called to come back home to that true wise one within, that leader within. We are redefining what it means to be a leader, and we're redefining it from core principles and values. We're redefining what power really is. So again, as you're seeing what's happening out there, I want you to come back home to yourself. How is it you could step in to the matriarch here in your life, in your home life, in your work life, in your business life, in your community life, wherever it is you're bringing yourself? How can you bring it with these qualities that are truly coming from an empowered place? And we'll talk more about what that actually means, like what it actually means to be empowered versus the ways we have been disempowered over centuries and centuries of time by these patriarchal paradigms that have taken us and disempowered us, and we have colluded with them by believing the stories of the patriarchs. So now here we are at the precipice of a new vision, a new way of being. And we get to continue looking at, how can I step more in to the fullness of who I'm here to be? How can I step more into the matriarch within? How can I step more in to my true power? And then we have to look at all the ways that we are disempowered and really embrace those and begin to get curious about them. Because when we start to face those, when we really look them in the eye and face them, we start to see the ways we are collaborating with this idea of power looking one particular way, which is really disempowering. So we want to come back home, look at all those ways, and then take our power back. This is my invitation to you. Look at the disempowering mindset, look at the disempowering patterns, look at the disempowering paradigms that we have all bought into by no fault of our own, and then come back, own your power, so that together we can create a unified shift and transform that which is not working to something new. You know, the Dalai Lama said the Western woman is going to change the world. And I'm kind of wondering if now's the time. And that means you and me and all of us standing up in our little micro worlds with the people we are most impacting, the people we most influence in the world, our children, our spouses, our family members, our communities, you know, our coworkers, our colleagues. We start there. That's where we start, and then it ripples out. But it starts with you. It's got to start with you. So my invitation, look in, look at all the ways you're feeling disempowered, really start to face that, and let's see if we can break it down and transform it to something new together. Let's do it together.